So basically, it's been a long time. And it's been a long time mainly because life wasn't that interesting. Okay? And I didn't want to kind of make content just because. Well, I do, but at the same time, there's not much of a point to it. I'm in a new space. And this is also another reason why I haven't done content in a while, is because I actually moved out. Now I live here in this space. So, I'm gonna be outside just for a little bit. Yeah, the move has been going very well. We put in the couch and it looks much more homey, and the couch is like very fucking it's a very high quality couch. I don't really have anything to like tell you, that can help you maybe if you're moving out, or there's like you're gonna move out soon or something like that. I don't really have any advice. It's more like just kind of send it and do it, and that little fear in your head that says, oh, I want to stay with my parents because I'm so comfortable, blah blah blah. It can go. It can like leave. It's not that deep, It's funny, really. I don't really know what to show to you guys for any interest. So I was thinking that maybe I'll leave the stuff in the beginning. I'll leave it in the beginning, just to kind of share, just so it's there, because it's been already 2 weeks since I filmed whatever it was in the beginning. Or a week. I think it's been around more of 2 weeks already. And maybe I should just kind of like talk to the camera as a first video in a while. I want to talk about this odd sensation. It's very uncanny to be in your own home, or to realize that you are in your own home. Sorry, let me like put on something. There's certain of like this like it's quite interesting. It's something out of the ordinary. I can't really tell you anything crazy philosophical about this, because I don't think that there's a book that actually encapsulates the idea of moving out of your parents'. Maybe there is. Maybe there is some personal essay or whatever. There is some sort of freedom to this all, because you realize that, oh, you can wake up, you can kind of eat whatever you want, but then you kind of realize that my parents wanted the best for me. So they would tell me to eat these certain things to bring me all the way to this moment right now. So when I do leave the nest, I know how to take care of myself, make me think about what my parents would do in this certain situation, and what I should be doing from the things that they taught me. It's odd. I feel, those New York movies where there's like a group of people living in one apartment, and it's like all cute, and there's like furniture everywhere, and it's like different colored, like the type of, like Friends, for example. If you know Friends, they have that type of apartment in New York. And okay, so this is a little bit weird. I started watching Gilmore Girls not long ago. Okay, just because it was like, it's like an old school one, so like, why not? Literally yesterday I was watching it, and then something kind of clicked. They were going through the same situation I kind of am in, and something just clicked. It was so strange, and I kind of like look around, I'm like, damn, I'm in my own house. Like, my father isn't here, my mother isn't here. I was alone, my roommate wasn't here either, so it kind of helped. But it's so odd, as you realize the things that you have to do on your own. You need to have a job to pay for the rent. You need to make a list of groceries. And like little tedious things like cleaning up and still being fit and doing a to-do list. And I've been doing that since fuck knows when. Except for paying for rent. But I've been preparing myself, disciplining myself for a very long time, not understanding what it was for. Well, sort of understand what it's for, to be a man, a manlier man, you know, to kind of be structured so people can see how structured I am, and I can be trusted because I am structured. Like, that is all very, very understandable, but realizing now that it all comes to a moment like this, to a next stage of how life is, to the next stage of that I'm getting closer and closer to death every day. In reality, I don't even know when my last day is going to be. But I'm not going to make it too grim, okay? I'm just gonna evolve on. Yeah, all the decisions got me here. And all the decisions my parents made also got me here. And it makes you think about, like, in perspective, you know? All the decisions you have made got you to a certain point. Maybe it's a good place, maybe it's a bad place. You know, and there's always fluctuations in life. It's not a straight line. It always fluctuates like a wave. And you know, you will always have peaks, and you will always have drops, and during the drops you realize you just like want to fucking get it over with, you know, and then when it's a peak you remember your drop and you were like, you know what, I can probably do this again. And it's very interesting because it's a cycle. It's just this same cycle that everybody has. Everybody has the same exact thing. It doesn't really change. It's a quote I have said previously on my TikTok by Mark Twain is that history doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes. And if you really think about it, and I'm not talking about history, I'm not talking about global history, I'm talking about even the history of yourself, even the history of others around you. It is like a poem. It rhymes every single time. Because, like, sure, maybe something, like, yes, something is completely different, but if you really, like, relatively look at both of these situations, they will be the same. And it's just like things change. I remember I saw this video on Instagram, and it literally said, there was a guy who was in the supermarket and he wanted to buy dinosaur chicken nuggets. Okay? And the caption was, an adult is a child, but with adult money. And if you, like, just give it a thought. I know it's kind of stupid, but just giving it a thought. Me, myself, sure, I have more adult things around, right? I have an apartment, I have shit to do. But in reality, like, I'm still a kid. And I can see this let's say, by my mother as well, you know? It's like, she has 3 children, including me. A business she's running, and she's teaching, and she's doing this and that and this and that, which is fucking amazing, might I add. But I know that there's a little bit, like a little child in her, you know, just like she wants to goof around a little bit. And it's normal. It's normal. Anyway, there's not really a point to all of this. I just thought of like talking to the camera, because why not? I think it's a cool concept. That's why I have this YouTube channel, right? when there will be some action, I'll post more. In a few days, I'm gonna have a shipment coming from China of Niro, so I'm gonna have to work on that, and I'll show you the process of this. And but yeah, thank you for watching.